Hello, everybody. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this journey of exploring the world of lucid dreaming. And today we are going to go over the introductory of lucid dreaming. What is a lucid dream? It's really important to understand what a lucid dream is before you get into the journey of having lucid dreams. One, you really want to be excited about lucid dreaming because the excitement really helps a tremendous amount. Two, you want to really understand what exactly it is that you're doing. What is lucid dreaming? Where are you going? What is the actual process, and why is it super powerful to help you? So we're going to explore that today. Lucid dreaming is when you know that you're dreaming while the dream is happening. So the moment that you instantly become aware that you're dreaming while the dream is happening, that is the moment that the dream becomes lucid. So aware dreaming is lucid dreaming. Now, you can have many different types of lucid dreams. You can have a semi-lucid dream. That's where you're in the dream and you just barely know that you're dreaming. And the dream is controlling you and you don't have any control. You basically just know that you're dreaming. Those can sometimes be a little bit scary, especially if you're trapped in a nightmare. But what we'll find as we go through this course, that as you become lucid within the dream, you can actually confront your nightmares and make them go away. Now you can also then have a regular lucid dream, and this is where you know that you're dreaming and you have control. So you say something happens in the dream that reminds you of a dream sign, which we're going to go over later what dream signs are. And all of a sudden you go, oh, I'm dreaming. And you go, I'm dreaming. You look at your hands, you flip them over a few times. You go, I'm dreaming. I know that I'm dreaming. And you say, I want to fly. So you go ahead and jump in the air and you try to fly. That's a regular lucid dream where you know you're dreaming, you have control, and you can manipulate the dream somewhat. Now the next level is what they call a high lucid dream. A high lucid dream is where not only do you know that you're dreaming, but you carry your intention with you. Because we're going to learn as we move through these courses that intention is really important. Awareness plus intention equals control. So you're in the dream, you know that you're dreaming, the dream is happening all around you, and you have your intention. So let's say that your intention is to go visit one of your relatives who've passed away. So you say, I'm dreaming. I know I'm dreaming, and I know that I want to go visit my relative who has passed away. And you instantly jump in the air, you start flying, and you accomplish your intention. Now, if you accomplish your intention, then you have had a full high lucid dream. So let's just go ahead and look at that for a little bit. So semi-lucid dream, you have no control. Regular lucid dream, you have control, but you're figuring out what you want to do in the moment. In a high lucid dream, you carry your intention with you and you accomplish it. These are the different types of lucid dreams that a person can have. Now, let's go over the different ways that we can get to the dream world. The one way that is conditioning really easy and it doesn't take a lot of practice and meditation is mnemonic induced lucid dreaming. It's a lucid dreaming technique designed by Stephen LaBerge, the first scientist to prove lucid dreaming exists, where you use a series of memory dream signs to be able to get into the lucid dream. So this process, and we're going to go over this technique in one of the next classes, where we're going to use the reflection intention technique and perspective memory development to be able to get lucid. But this is where you basically are dreaming about something, a dream sign, which is a reoccurring event, thought, feeling, or circumstance in your dream, and you all of a sudden wake up in the dream because something triggered it. It's triggered by memory, and you're in the dream, and all of a sudden you go, oh, I know this is a dream because something in the dream triggers it. Now that type of lucid dreaming is based upon a real strict method of conditioning yourself over 1 month's time to be able to Write down your dream signs, reoccurring thoughts, feelings, events, circumstances, and then find dream signs during the day, and then ask yourself if you're dreaming when the dream signs hit. And there's some other techniques that are involved with that, but we're going to go over that in the other classes. This is just giving you an introduction so you understand the different ways. The other way to get into the dream world is what's called dream yoga, or wake-induced lucid dreaming. Wake-induced lucid dreaming is really cool. It's where you meditate yourself from this dream state, or the waking state. Some people think it is a dream, but you meditate yourself from this state to the dream state without losing consciousness at all. You basically hold a meditative pose, like a yoga pose, but it's a meditative pose long enough until the dream comes to you, and then you kind of jump into the dream consciously. This is really cool because you never lose consciousness. So you don't have to wake up in the dream and then remember your intention or what you want to do. You carry your intention with you the whole time because you don't lose consciousness. And you move from here to the dream without losing any consciousness. It is really cool. The sensations are really awesome. It's like one of the awesomest roller coaster rides when you move from here to the dream state consciously. Now that's dream yoga, which we're going to go over in the other classes. I'll teach you exactly how to do it. Now you can take this a little step forward, which is outer body experience. Now that is a little bit different than dream yoga. When you're doing dream yoga, it's almost like sight. You're extending your vision. So you're basically extending your consciousness into the dream state. And then you're experiencing it as if it was a very real thing, but you're still in your body. When you trigger an outer body experience, it's different because you're actually coming out of your body and you're experiencing the dream world in an outer body experience. That we'll go over as well, but it is way more intense and very, very different because it takes a lot of energy. But you can have outer body while you're practicing dream yoga sometimes. Sometimes you'll naturally come out of your body just throughout the night while you're dreaming. Okay, so now here's one thing that's really cool that we all need to understand. Lucid dreaming is a natural thing. Everybody does it. Everybody can do it. And we all have had experiences with it. As we go into our REM, rapid eye movement, if something happens to the body, it's really cool. So every time that we dream, our eyes are moving back and forth. And the only thing that's active are our eyes and our sexual organs. The rest of the body is completely paralyzed. So something happens with the brainstem where it squeezes the nervous system and paralyzes the body, and it only allows the eyes and the genital organs to move. If we didn't have this, then we would just be acting out our dreams throughout the night. We would basically be sleepwalking all the time. So this is something that is really cool because as you're practicing lucid dreaming, when you're doing wake-induced lucid dreaming, as you move from this state to the dream state, you actually experience what it feels like to have your body be paralyzed as you're moving into the dream. And the sensations can be really cool. Sometimes they can be really scary, but as you practice, you can learn where they can be really exciting. And so, this is something that a lot of people get scared of because, have you ever had the problem where you're lying down and then you wake up and you're paralyzed and you can't move, and there's kind of maybe a dream going around in the room or something? That can be a little bit scary, but if you know what it is, then it takes the fear away from it. So this introductory to lucid dreaming should give you all the information. Now, one of the things that I want you to be really excited about is we're going to move into what's known as brain-heart coherence. That's where your brain and your heart are communicating with each other, and you're in a natural state of homeostasis. Your body is super relaxed, and you're communicating with your brain and your heart together in one. And there's techniques for that. But what is really interesting that they found is that this type of meditation is really healthy for the body. And I'm going to put up some examples here if you look at the screen. And there's a lot that can be done with health and also creating your reality how you want it in the world. And so every time that you practice lucid dreaming, there's a moment right before you enter the dream and when you come back that you are in synchronicity with your brain and your heart. And this is really healthy, and it can help in so many ways. As you know, I healed myself from a brain injury using these techniques, and so I want you to be able to do the same. Now, the other thing that you want to be really excited about with lucid dreaming, and this is really cool, it's been proven that when you're in a state of meditation and visualization, or if you're in a dream, what happens to the brain is that it doesn't know the difference between whether you're in the dream and you're doing something or you're visualizing it in a meditation. It doesn't know the difference between that and if you experience something when you're actually awake or moving around. This gives us endless possibilities to be able to heal the body, to be able to give the brain what it needs to have a circumstance or a feeling or something that actually is exciting, enthusiastic, really, really cool. And that basically, your brain doesn't know the difference. So the possibilities for this are endless.
Scientific experiments have shown that if we take a person and uh, hook their brains up to certain PET scans or computer technology and ask them to look at a certain object, and they watch certain areas of the brain light up, and then they've asked them to close their eyes and now imagine that same object. And when they imagine that same object, it produced the same areas of the brain to light up as if they were actually visually looking at it. So it caused scientists to back up and ask this question. So who sees then? Does the brain see or do the eyes see? And what is reality? Is reality what we're seeing with our brain, or is reality what we're seeing with our eyes? And the truth is that the brain does not know the difference between what it sees in its environment and what it remembers, because the same specific neural nets are then firing. So then it asks the question, what is reality?
Endless. And what I like to do is I like to have really awesome lucid dreams throughout the night. And you have some experience where you're flying over a big mountain and then you duck down through the big valley and go under the clouds, and then you jump in the water and you breathe water. You do something that your body is so excited and exhilarated. And when you wake up, you're feeling that. You experience that and you're raring to go. You're feeling super excited, and then you start your day. This is a really powerful thing for defeating depression, for getting you motivated, and also it helps in areas if you want to create your own reality and make things happen. These are very powerful techniques. So I hope you enjoyed this session on the introductory to lucid dreaming, and that you've learned these different types of dreaming and what it's used for and what we can do with it. And I'll see you in the next class. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day.